Hi, Aries. So I just went and got some eggnog. Okay, so I pulled a card for you, and we have love. Then on the bottom of the deck, we have the sage. Okay, so now we have the messages below it: divine feminine, dream states. We have, I'll explain what this means in just a minute. Liberation, war, Pineapple Express, poverty and rich, extremes, center stage, night at the museum, and grandmother. So normally I don't pull so many messages, or at least well, I really have no control over how many messages come out. I just put my hand in and I allow what needs to come out. Sometimes it's like just 2 messages and sometimes it's 10. So we're going to roll with this. So since we have divine feminine here with love, could mean that this is the divine feminine energy. And this guy is obviously a masculine. He's more crone-like. So this could just be the energy going on within you. It could be going on like between you and someone else. But since there's like this age difference, I'm gonna just say it's you. I'm gonna say that take this how it resonates for you though. We're gonna let this like kind of evolve as it goes. But it seems like the divine feminine energy is in more of a mothering energy, because she has this like beautiful blossoming energy around her. And butterflies, she's coming up out of the waves like a daughter of Poseidon. Hold on, my little kitty wants in. Okay. He is crawling around up here, causing a mess. Now he's behind the window. Okay. So, dream states. With the sage. So maybe there's like a level of like dream interpretation going on here. Poverty and rich. And we have the 2 energies here. You know, this just reminded me of the Beauty and the Beast, where you have the opposite, where you have the young masculine who's in his castle and he's wealthy, and then you have the old enchantress come up and knock at the door, and obviously like he's arrogant and believes like he's like, I guess, like better than her in some way. He's too rich to care. And you know, obviously he gets he's cursed. But it reminds me, like, maybe this is like happening inside of you in some way or outside of you, but yeah, these extremes. Extreme energy. Poverty and rich. The wise old man or enchanter, sorcerer, and the beautiful young woman. So this almost looks like the beginning of the Beauty and the Beast tale, but like you have a choice and you have an ability to make a choice where you don't create the curse, whatever that is for you. Where this energy is either knocking or about to knock. And you have an ability to answer and yeah. And all this energy was asking for was a night to stay, just a night to rest their head and wait out the storm. And all this energy in the movie was offering was a single rose, which is beautiful, but at the same time, like, what's a rose compared to wealth, you know? So okay, so this energy right here, so typically it represents this to me, and I have it in a lot of my artwork, but it came out like this. So we're gonna take it like this. Okay, so it represents the West energy. An empowered energy of the West. Because this, like this, represents climbing the stairs into your northern energy. Like, in a lot of cultures, like specifically pagan cultures, like each north, south, east, and west represents something. And it looks like right now, the energy of the West, whatever that means to you, is significant. Like finding some kind of power here. This represents in my own life my snake energy. And so maybe it could represent like some kind of archetypal energy in your own life, but it looks like it's important to you. So however that connects to you, just take that or lean into it, like understand how whatever that means to you, it's going to mean something different for everyone. So the West, if that means like country, like the West, like the North and South America, or in like a pagan sense, like the West. So then we have Pineapple Express. And I haven't watched this in a long time. It has nothing to do with a train, I don't believe. I believe they drive around in a car, but it has a lot to do with pot, weed. I think they're like high pretty much the whole movie. That's all I really remember. Like just crazy stuff happening. So maybe that's important to you. Maybe even just like the symbolism of marijuana Then we have liberation war. And it's like, it's sitting right above Night at the Museum. And I've never seen this movie. I've seen like clips, but I love Robin Williams. And I know he's like a Civil War hero, or he's something in the movie. I think he's wearing like Civil War attire. So in Liberation War, like Civil War, fighting for freedom, fighting for some kind of like liberty. Like poverty and rich. Even like within maybe society. And then we have grandmother, which almost like connects that to like inheritance in a way. Or just like, it almost like brings it back actually to the enchantress, because it was the feminine version of this energy. This older, like grandmother enchantress energy. And here we have like a grandfather enchanter, sorcerer energy. Center stage. Which reminds me of the mothering. Normally this like beautiful energy is going to be center stage in some way. Like maybe just within the life that she's creating. She's in her prime. Which is like, if you think about like maiden mother crone, that is like the full moon energy. Center stage. She's the center of the energy. And this is waning energy. Still demands the same level of respect, though. So maybe Night at the Museum is like significant for you in some way. I'm not really getting any other connection. Museum, artifacts. Like at night, everything comes to life. Things that were once dead and gone are like reignited, have life in them at nighttime, though. That connected back to like Leo's reading with the Swan Princess. She like reveals herself and transforms back into her true form on the water. Like a moment of like a moment of truth, of revelation. She's a swan by day. She's cursed. This like similar, if I remember, it's literally the same exact story as the Beauty and the Beast story, but made by a different company. It's the same exact like thing, like the curse and everything. Obviously it's like different in its own unique way. But yeah. I'm not actually, I don't want to like lean too far into their reading, but just reminded me of like something was pretending to be something that it wasn't, and it looked just like her, but it wasn't her. It was an illusion. And she was the true woman. Like she was the true coming alive at night, dream states, extremes. Hmm. You know, I don't smoke weed or anything like that anymore. I used to. Um, but that was usually the only time that I would smoke was at nighttime, but it made everything more vibrant. Especially like maybe this is like a warning. I feel like there's like a warning, like an illusion, or beware of the possibility of illusion. There's a choice like here to be made. But it just reminds me of like when I would smoke, like I would kind of go into these like trance like states, and it was very different from like my normal life that I was in. It was like a form of like escapism, but it was like heavily evolved in my spirituality. But just like I guess being aware of what if you're like using some kind of like recreational like substance, drug, make sure you can tell the difference between what you're experiencing within that and actual reality. Because we have extremes right next to it. So just be aware because it can get you in trouble. It got me into trouble. Like they kind of like blended into the same like, um, yeah, just like understand. Um, I feel like that's just the message. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna like try to pry too far into that. So, um, center stage, yeah. Like it just reminds me of like, yeah, in the Beauty and the Beast, he was like it was all about him. Grandmother. Balancing these energies, like maybe this has to do with you and someone else, but I think like look at that within yourself. Like these two, like consider your divine masculine, like this crone energy, and your divine feminine as this like mate, not maiden, this mother energy. Maybe there's a maiden that's significant here too. Mothering the maiden, grandfathering the maiden, grandmothering the maiden, fathering the maiden. I don't know why maiden came through. But like let this like feel out this like interplay within yourself. This crone masculine energy within you and how it's relating to the divine the divine mother within you, this like mother. There's some kind of freedom here, liberation. A war has been fought, or war has been. Hmm. Okay, well, I don't want to like keep prying and just like get out like tiny little pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you. Yeah, we're already well past it, but we had like a lot of messages here. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there, Aries. I hope you found the information that you need, and I will see you later.